Hello and welcome to another video from Child Support Greed. You can visit www.childsupportgreed.com if you need help. So right here, we are looking at the Modern Law Review, Volume 66, March 2003, number 2. And it states, Unwilling Fathers and Abortion, Terminating Men's Child Support Obligations. Actually, that's a question mark, so I'll read it correctly. Terminating men's child support obligations? Yes, that's a good question. Sally Sheldon. So I'm going to read some of this. It says, there is broad agreement across the Western industrialized world that men who father children outside of marriage share in an obligation to support their offspring financially. Against this consensus, some men's groups have claimed that if women are accorded control over the decision to continue or to terminate a pregnancy, then it is unfair to hold genetic fathers financially liable for child support. This paper assesses the merits of this claim from a feminist perspective. Having considered a number of arguments, it suggests that the currently accepted grounding of child support liability, parentheses, involuntary creation of need, close parentheses, provides little scope for refuting the men's group's argument. The paper then moves on to argue that voluntary creation of need is, however, inadequate as a basis for child support liability, and that the current analysis offers compelling grounds for preferring a collective model of support obligations. Let's keep going. This next paragraph, because this is just a preview image that I am reading. To saddle a man with at least 18 years of expensive, exhausting child support liability on the basis of a haphazard vicissitude of life seems to shock the conscience and be arbitrary, capricious, and unreasonable, where childbirth results from the mother's free choice, ... A man no longer has any control over the course of a pregnancy he has biologically brought about, and it is unjust to impose responsibility where there is no ability to exercise control. Although the father played an initial physical role in the creation of the fetus, he no longer has any control over the process which converts his biological act into personhood. The father's participation in the procreative process begins and ends with the sexual act. From the moment of conception on, all control and authority concerning the fate of the pregnancy rest with the mother. The father's role in terms of decision-making power is reduced to impotent bystander, ... As the authority to cause a birth has shifted exclusively to the woman, so too should the responsibility flowing from the result of her unilateral exercise of that authority shift to her solely, away from the helpless third-party father. Now, this is from a feminist point of view. You understand? Not my point of view. So even they say that this is wrong. And you see these citations. So the reason I'm reading this to you is because I just wanted to remind you or bring to your attention again that women have at least 9 or 10 forms of birth control. That means different ways that they can have sex and still not get pregnant. We're not counting abstinence, okay? Which means close their legs, you understand, and don't have sex with somebody that's not your husband. We mean they can be hoes. Let's just make it plain. They can be whores and have sex with as many men as many times as they want and still not get pregnant with at least 9 or 10 different forms of birth control. Let's name a few. The birth control pill, the birth control patch, the birth control shot, the intrauterine device, the female condom, the male condom. You understand? Getting your tubes tied. There's a few other ones, but you get the point. It's not called intrauterine. It's another device they can insert. You get the point. I just named those off the top of my head. So, one moment. Now, here we are at brown.edu. The Brown University op-ed service said Tracy Sweeney is the editor. So this is from December 1998 by Francis K. Goldschneider, or Goldscheider. I guess that's how you say it, whatever. It says men, children, and the future of the family in the third millennium. Let's go on down, because there's a lot here. I guess I could just start here, yeah. So the foundations is where we at. The foundations of the family linking men, women, and children have shifted in revolutionary fashion over the past, over the past quarter century. But much rebalancing is needed before the gender revolution is complete, because men are getting shortchanged. So again, this is not me saying this. This is Brown University, brown.edu. The evidence that women's greater responsibility for family-related tasks retards their progress toward equality in the workplace is widespread and increasingly well understood. Nevertheless, current practices are also unfair to men. You know it is, especially when you're dealing with child support, divorce, in some cases alimony, etc., etc. At least to men who want to achieve parity in parental rights and responsibilities with the mothers of their children. That's what I want to focus on. The men who want to achieve parity. Parity is another word for equality. It's a synonym for on level ground. Equality, right? In parental rights and responsibilities with the mothers of their children. Let's keep going. Men have a greater responsibility to provide support than either co-resident or non-co-resident mothers, and in cases of divorce, have less opportunity to spend time with their children. Here it goes again, because they are rarely awarded custody and have almost no resource, and I think it meant to say no recourse, whatever, when court-ordered visitation, quote unquote, is not forthcoming. And I like that they put visitation in quotes, because it's your child. It's your offspring. So what the hell are you doing visiting your child? That's your seed. But let's keep going. Custodial fathers are less likely to receive child support. So when the man has the child living with him, he's less likely to receive child support. Or when they do receive an award, it is smaller than a similarly situated woman would receive. In other words, if the woman makes a lot of money, you're still going to get a smaller award. But if the man makes a lot of money, the woman will get a bigger award. That's the facts. So it is totally one-sided. Again, I didn't write this article. This is Brown University at brown.edu. You understand? Now look at this here. Yet, the cost to the women, in other words, the punishment, right, who deny fathers access to their children, are weak to non-existent. I mean, she can block you from seeing your child for 2-3 years. Or in some cases, I know 5.5 years. And her punishment the cost to her for doing that is weak to non-existent. She's allowed to walk around like she's a good mother when the child hasn't seen the father in 5.5 years and he's still paying child support every month. See? It's crazy. Women are rarely prosecuted for visitation violations, or when they are, they incur at most a small fine. Now let's keep going. Watch this here. The fundamental unfairness, however, is rooted in women's control over pregnancy. Again, if she got pregnant and had the baby, it's her fault. And I'm using the word fault when she's taking somebody to child support court, right? That's why I use the word fault, because you're blaming or charging somebody a monthly fee for a decision that you made because you had every option up to and including abstinence, or you could be a promiscuous whore, right? And have sex multiple times with one person, or one time with many people, or many times with many people, or a few times with some people. I'm saying it every which way. You hoes can have sex with as many men as you want. Use the pill, use the patch, use the injection, get your tubes tied, and you can untie them, so that's not permanent and it's not going to hurt you. But your ass still gets pregnant and want to blame the man. So let's read this again. The fundamental unfairness, however, is rooted in women's control over pregnancy. So you have complete control over your pregnancy unless you got raped. And we know that it is a small percentage of these child support cases, if any, that are based on rape. Because if he raped you and you go to court about it, obviously he'll be in prison, right? So they're not going to say, so since you raped her and you're on child support, we're going to let you work and stay free. They're not saying that. Let's keep going. Women, but not men, can decide whether to carry a pregnancy to term, making a decision about whether to become mothers and hence whether their partners should become fathers. Do you see that? To a great extent, women also have the power, there it goes again, to determine whether, when, and how often, and often how, to identify the father of their child. Let's look at that. How to identify the father of their child. Why do you have to identify him? Because you was a hoe. If you was a good woman, you would know who your father, who the father of your child is, because you only had sex with one man, and that's who got you pregnant. But because you done had sex with 5 or 6 men in the same damn week, then you don't know which one of them could be the father. Understand that. If you have sex with a man 1 month and 4 months later you have sex with another, you're not going to be confused about whose who fathered that child once they tell you how many months along you are. So even if you're a woman who's promiscuous, but you had sex with one man in January, another one in April, if they tell you in May that you 3 months pregnant, right, or almost 4 months pregnant, you know that it's not the guy that you had sex with in April. But you hoes is having sex with so many men, your ass have to go on Maury Povich to figure out who it is. But they still have the nerve to say the man is a deadbeat. You can't make this shit up. Let's keep going. To a great extent, women also have the power to determine whether, when, and often how to identify the father of their child. So, basically, there's a lot more to read here, but you get the point. These women can have abortions, but men cannot have what they call a financial abortion. Let's skip down here. For such equality to be achieved, meaning true gender equality between men and women in regards to children, however, men need the right to a financial abortion, to be notified by the mother as soon as she knows about the child's existence, and to decide reasonably quickly whether they want to undertake the legal rights and responsibilities of parenthood or not. Women who do not notify the father of their child should face penalties, although we know they don't. perhaps for violating his civil rights. Likely, there would be chaos for a while. Yeah, because she don't know who the daddy is, because she used to be in a hole with no consequences. So how can you notify a man that he's the father when you don't know? Because you having sex with so many different men. But you can be irresponsible because you know you're going to get paid by whatever dumbass sperm was able to swim better than the others. So whoever the unlucky swimmer is that got you pregnant, then he has to pay you, although you are the root of the problem. If you would simply close your damn legs or use one of the 9 or 10 birth control forms available to you, right? Or simply let the man ask you to marry him first before getting pregnant by him, right? No, you can't do what's right. You should be able to be a whore. You should be able to dress like a hoe, talk like a hoe, act like a hoe, have sex like a hoe, do whatever you want, and then require the government and the man to pay you because they owe you something. But your ass don't want to be accountable for nothing. That's going to change when these men start killing your ass. I'm making it plain. Some of these men killed the child and the mother. And it would also change if these men start killing these magistrates and judges, by the way, these fake ass judges. I'm not saying that you should do that. I'm saying that shit happens. We talking about reality. We ain't talking about what should happen or what could happen. Some judges have gotten their asses killed, okay? Some women have gotten their asses killed. Why? For messing around with these men and their money, treating them like shit, and thought he was going to take it. Instead, he got a gun and he blew your damn brains out. And in some cases, the child too. Sometimes he commits suicide. You understand? Sometimes it's murder-suicide. And sometimes people, not just on child support, but people in general, who get tired of these wicked-ass judges, they kill the judge or the magistrate. So if in your city, whatever city you in, let's say you got 40,000 men that are on child support, and you got 10 magistrates at the child support court, or 15 or 20. Let's just say they got 20, right? You got 20 child support judges or magistrates in your city, and you got 40,000 men. So you better hope that 20 of those men don't decide that they're going to each take out one of your asses. Let's see who want to fill your magistrate spot after that. Again, you don't know how people are going to react when you put them in a corner. So stop treating these men like shit. Stop making them financial slaves, or you're going to be judged because you're wicked. You understand? I'm making it plain. You whores kill children and get treated like you're the Virgin Mary or somebody. You understand? Mother Teresa or something. When actually you're a bunch of hoes and you want the law to protect your so-called motherhood. Are you kidding me? How many of you hoes even breastfeed properly? You understand? You don't even want to take the time to breastfeed the child. So you can miss me with that motherhood bullshit. If you're a good mother, why is your boy acting like a little girl? You understand? And you let your little girl be a little hoe. That's what you're doing. Especially in the so-called black community. You loudmouth heifers always running your goddamn mouth, but your house is falling apart. Your sons killing each other. You understand? So all this shit that you're doing to his father, make sure you know that your son is next, dumbass. Your son is the next one to be trapped in this system that your ignorant ass is supporting. So-called black woman. So wake the hell up. And for you other women, whether your ass is Caucasian, Japanese, Korean, Chinese, but I know mainly in this country, it's probably going to be the so-called black woman, this so-called white woman or the Caucasian, and the so-called Mexican, right, or Hispanic. Your ass need to stop playing games and learn to have children with a wife or a husband. That's the problem. Or just don't have any damn children. You understand? I think a lot of men should just say, you know what? I'm never getting married and I'm not having any children. Damn it, it's better to masturbate. What's another way? Buy you a damn blow-up doll or one of those expensive real dolls, damn it. It's some ways where you can simulate a woman and you don't have to put up with her damn mouth. You ain't got to worry about having no damn headaches. And you ain't got to worry about no damn spousal support or child support. And if you think that shit is embarrassing to talk about these dolls and masturbating and shit, I'm going to tell you what's embarrassing. What's embarrassing is your ass standing in court in front of a bunch of strangers and they asking your ass questions about how much you earn each week, each month. You understand? All in your business, right? Telling you what you gonna pay them for your offspring. Some third party interloper in a fucking black robe of Satan telling you how much you gonna pay him or her for your offspring so they can get a 66% bonus, pretending they give a damn about your child when they do not. That's what's embarrassing, damn it. So your ass needs to stay single. Don't ever have any children if you don't know how the fuck to stay out of this system. That's what you should do. But for those of you who are in the system and you want some help with getting out, and I'm going to put this disclaimer out here. Anybody emailing me and talking about talking for free, I'm not doing it anymore. Had somebody waste an hour and a half of my time talking about they want to use my help. And they ask, basically just trying to ask as many questions as they can to get some shit free so that they can try to add it to their other knowledge instead of being up front. So I tell you what, that's why your ass still on child support. You still on it and you're not going to get off of it. Now, some people don't even care about that shit. It's some people on child support and don't care because they got the money. But I'm talking to y'all ass that are on it and don't like it. And you can't even see your damn children. See, that's what's really messed up. Because I'm going to tell you, me personally, custody, or put it this way, being in your child's life, especially if you're a man and you got a son, right? But the daughter is important too because you don't want her to be looking for love in all the wrong places when she grows up. But your sons are going to grow up to be little girls or going to grow up to be little killers. You understand? Or idiots who will be the next slaves in this system if you're not there. So the time you can spend with your child, right? Having that bond with them, that's what's most important to me. So really, I say fuck child support. The issue is, do you have your son or daughter with you? But especially your son, fathers. You understand? I'm talking to you. So with that being said, if you need some help, I'm going to show you what to do here in one moment. So if you need some help, what you do is go to childsupportgreed.com, www.childsupportgreed.com. Then, see, this thing seems a little stuck. Okay. Then you click on sign up. Right here where it says donate here, you simply click on that link and it's going to show you the URL for the Cash App. All right, so anybody that sees this video until the end, because this is the end of the video, if you are seeing this part of the video, it's good for you because I'm going to put a little special on here. I'm actually even thinking about writing a pamphlet or a book or something, just putting it out so people can get knowledge and just help themselves as opposed to asking all these damn questions, pretending that they want services. I know the game. You got people in this pandemic mindset getting stimulus checks, WIC, food stamps, unemployment, and some more shit, right? And so now you come to me with the same mindset. I'm not stupid, okay? I know when people just trying to get some shit for free and then want to act like it's not worth paying for. Well, what the hell your ass asking for it for if it's not worth paying for? Figure it out yourself. No, but you don't want to do that. So if you want some help, all of this shit that you see written on here, we going to disregard it for the month of June 2021 if you have this code I'm about to give you. So today is Thursday, June 3rd, 2021, as of the recording of this video. What you need to do is send the money to the Cash App that you can only get to by coming here on this sign up page and clicking donate here, right? That's childsupportgreed.com/new-signup.php. You see it up there? So there you go. And when you click that, you donate $50. Okay? And when they ask you for a note in the Cash App, like your reason for the donation, put, you ready? Put CSG Help 2021. You understand? CSG, as in child support greed, help, that's HELP 2021. So when you put that in your note on Cash App, what I'm going to do, depending on how many people respond, I may make a live link for a webinar and show you some private information on what you can do to help yourself, right? But at the very least, no matter what the number of people is, no matter whether it's 1 or 2 people or if it's 15 or 20, at the very least, you're going to get some information. It's going to be in PDF format so you can read it, print it out. It's going to be some simple, straightforward information about who you are, what you need to do. And this is regardless of what state you're in, because people could be in 10, 12, 15 different states. And so you have small, minor differences from state to state with courts and stuff. But I'm going to show you the universal information so you won't be guessing. Because what you have is a lot of information out here where people always want you to be guessing, so you never quite know what to do, right? That's not what this is, right? So remember that CSG Help 2021. That is good for the month of June, all right? Once the month of July comes, that may well be over. I'm saying may because if I decide to extend it, fine. But it's definitely good for the month of June. And for $50, you're going to get at least some PDF documentation of exactly what is going on federally and on the state level, because they mix together, okay? What's going on behind the scenes with your case? Because what you think is a court is really something else. So that's what I'm going to break down in these documents. All right? So anybody need that? When you come to this page, I see you. You can look right here. It say $5.49. That's real talk. But that ain't what I'm talking about here. This $50. And I'm doing that because the way I'm going to do it is going to save me some time. I'm not helping nobody one-on-one. So if we do a live stream, it's going to be everybody on there at one time who sent this donation, right? Or I'm going to create the same document, because this is going to be true no matter what state you're in, and just send it to everybody who chose to donate and put that code in there. So with that being said, hope y'all have a good day. And if you're not in this system, stay out and tell your little brother, your nephew, your uncle, cousin, or whoever to stay out of it. If you're already in it, do your best to protect yourself and get out if you can. But even if you can't get out, don't commit suicide. And by all means, also try not to commit homicide. Suicide or homicide is definitely not the best route. But I mentioned that earlier because some people have done that in these extreme cases and extreme times. All right, so with that, have a good day.